It was midnight, and I was at a friend's house. We were both fans of regular show, and we always got together to watch the episodes. Until that day, we were both sitting on the couch watching Cartoon Network. After a while of watching TV, we thought it was already too late, so we went to sleep. In the middle of the night I was awakened by a strange noise. It was like a type of music, similar to the one that appears in the intro of regular show. I got up and went to the noise without waking my friend. Big mistake. Sure enough, the television was on, and I was just starting an episode of regular show. But the intro was not as usual. Instead of the blue and black colors that always appear in the intro, this time they were red and black, a very dark red that looked like blood. I thought it was a new season or something, so I was not really scared. After the title appeared, the episode was called Rigby Murderer Homicide Rigby. The title disturbed me a bit, but then I thought a new episode. The episode began with a montage of Mordecai beating Rigby, all normal so far. After that comes a scene of Rigby crying in her room. The sound was very real. Then Rigby turns to the camera and puts his eyes completely white, and from them begins to sprout blood. You can see the hate in them. So to my surprise, Rigby says quietly, "I'm sick of everything. Everyone will pay." In that he approaches the closet, and he draws a knife. He begins to laugh in a macabre way, but with moans between them. This made my hair stand on end. But it compares nothing to what was about to happen. Then the scene changed. Mordecai eating cereal normally on the kitchen table. Suddenly Rigby approaches Mordecai with the knife in his hand and eyes blank. This time looked more angry than before. Mordecai asks him if he is ready to hit him again, to which Rigby responds, "No more." He begins to stab Mordecai in the chest with the knife. Mordecai screams in pain. His cries are heard real enough, as if he were not inside the television. At this point I was too frightened. I tried to turn off the TV, but the remote control did not work. I also turned it off, but there it was, Rigby, stabbing Mordecai with a maniacal laugh. After a while, Mordecai falls to the ground, is dead. Benson suddenly arrives and sees Mordecai lying in a pool of blood and Rigby standing next to him. You can see the horror on Benson's face when he saw Mordecai dead and Rigby with a knife in his hand. Rigby stares at Benson with his lifeless white eyes. Suddenly Benson starts screaming and moaning in such a horrible way. He throws himself to the ground and his eyes start to shed blood. They turn white like Rigby's. Benson continues to scream, and he continues to get more and more blood, as if they were ripping his eyes. Then it falls dead, and it gets a black background like for 10 seconds. When the black background disappears, you see a horrible scene. All employees of the park are dead, lying on the ground with horrible white eyes drawn in a hyper-realistic way. Rigby stands next to them all and turns to the camera, as if staring at me in horror. I start to get dizzy as Rigby keeps looking at me. I feel like a liquid coming from my eyes. It's blood. I feel like my soul is gone until I'm unconscious. The next morning I wake up normally. I have not died. The armchair is stained with blood. I ran to where my friend was to tell him what had happened, but then came the most horrifying scene I could have seen before me. My friend is dead in his bed, bloodshot eyes on the wall. There is a written message with his blood. "Thank you for releasing me. All that hate in me, at last I can download it on people. For free. I have forgiven you life. But remember, every time someone dies, you will have part of the fault." Now I cannot sleep peacefully. Food does not know me, and I lost the will to live. Every day more dead people appear in the newspaper, watching me, with their eyes blank, and it's all my fault.